Victor Echo is also watching. Hasley Lottie is watching from Maryland. Itwa is from Warri, Nigeria. There's Emmy Okbi Yalele is watching from Birmingham. I see Carrie Bertrand. I see Stephen Adewale. God bless you, man of God. Is watching. So, share, like I said, share on your page so you can tie in more people to be able to watch today's show. All right, let's start with the conversation. I think the last time I was in here, you were talking about forgiveness.
Yes.
And someone talked about, is it forgive and forget? That what was that? If you...
Yeah, I think the person was speaking about forgiveness, as we was talking about 2 weeks ago, fortnight ago. But in terms of forgetting, can you really forget wrong or a hurt or an offense and forgive? Can you really forget? Where does forgetting come in? Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we hear the word, forgive and forget, and I think that when you hear that word, forgive and forget, there's just the tendency to think that, oh, you forget means that you never remember again. I think that's like having amnesia. It's like,
amnesia,
is it amnesia?
Yeah.
Amnesia, where it's like your memory is wiped.
Erased.
It's erased. But I don't think that God is designed human beings like that, where, your memory is just erased. No, I don't think that that's what the principle. Obviously, I don't know the origin of the word forgive and forget, where it comes from. But there's no, God does not God, you don't just end up in a state where because you're forgiven, then, your memory just disappears. And it's like, oh, somebody says to you, oh, you remember how this person poured hot water on you on that day? You're like, oh, I can't really remember. Really? Did they pour hot water on me and all of that? That's not real, is it? No. You'll be fake if you... So I think when we speak of forgive and forget, does it make that principle wrong? I don't think it makes the principle wrong. I think it's just basically some people claim to have forgiven. But, they dwell. They dwell on what they claim to have forgiven about. So it's a thing where you have a situation where somebody say, oh, I have forgiven and I've forgotten. But they actually dwell in it. So I think when you talk about forgive and forget, it's basically saying you forgive the person, and you forget in the sense that you no longer deal with the person on the basis of that action. It's not that your memory does not remember that action, or, maybe you forgive the person and then the person does something else mistakenly, hopefully, because some people are very deliberate with,
winding you up.
Winding you up, and they will quote to you, the Bible says, forgive 70 times, 7 times, and then they are thinking of the next one because they feel your forgiveness threshold is very wide. But hopefully, it's a mistake. You don't then now just rise up and start the catalog of, when I got to know you, first of all, in the year 2000.
When I was wearing a blue dress and you were wearing a red tie. Exactly. I know it.
I know it. You did this. And then you'll be there thinking, but I thought you said you have already forgiven. So I think that's where the principle of forgive and forget comes into play. Your memory is not wiped off. No. But you no longer, you don't recount those things to that person every time. Whether when they wrong you or in conversation, you don't recount those things because for you, it is past.
It's done,
That's where that word forget, I believe, comes into play. But also, I think that sometimes people say from their lips, are forgiven, when they have not really forgiven. Because when I look at it, I feel that when you can, the point where you can tell that you have truly forgiven
Yeah.
is when you can remember that situation, yeah, and you don't have the hurt,
the pain,
that you
or
felt
emotional.
You
Your
don't
eyes will start tearing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you know when somebody offends you or does something, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. There's like a tweaky thing that is going on inside you,
Yeah.
a feeling. And now, when you come to a point where you can talk about that situation, yeah, and even laugh about it,
Yeah.
you know, and smile about it, but you
And
know
even
that
forget the details.
and forget the details. Yeah, you say, "Oh, remind me." So you say, "Yeah, I just laughed. So
Yeah.
it was just stupid, you know.
Yeah,
it was just
yeah, yeah.
behaving funny
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
of that. This, that. I was really hot then, but you know, when I look back now, you know, I just laugh about it. Then you know that you have truly forgiven and forgotten. So maybe you know people need to check themselves: have I really forgiven and forgotten?
Yeah.
Not that the memory is wiped off, but can I remember that thing and laugh about it and just not feel a tweaky feeling?
So it's a thing of overcoming the hurt.
Yeah.
So the forgetting part is overcoming the hurt. You're no longer hurt from the situation.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really where the forgetting starts to happen.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think you put it very nicely. Ladies have a way of, you know. Putting things. You put it nicely. Say that thing again. I want people to hear it.
I said that it's about forgetting.
Yeah.
Forgetting is when you've overcome the hurt.
When you've overcome the hurt, yeah.
When the hurt is no longer
It's no longer there. Yeah. So you forgive, and then when you overcome the hurt, then you know that you've forgotten.
Yeah.
It's not that your memory is then suddenly erased. No. We have more people joining us. I think quite a lot of people. We have Yakubu from Maryland. We have one Pastor Israel, Ufoma Eritrea. We have Rosaline Adiola, Osanakba. We have Duchess Nena is watching as well. We have Pastor Francis, Joseph Machia is watching. I believe he's in the U.S. Engineer Friday Ehubon is watching. Dominion S is watching. And we have Lovely Yende from Maryland as well. Quite a lot of people from Maryland watching. We have it's Av Music is watching. Ofejiro Akwenuke is watching. He says Emoji the Bishop, God bless you. I'm First Lady watching from the U.S. Betty Zina Uye Abraham, Beta Egon Emmanuel, Godson, Becca, David Egboro. We have A.B. Lechi is watching, Laurent Esther, so just quite a lot of people.
And Kelly Mills, lovely to see you, many, many years.
Oh, beautiful.
Highbury Fields days.
Oh, is that your...
My secondary school.
Secondary school, yes. Okay, that's nice.
That's why I'm an Arsenal supporter, yeah.
Well,
they're not doing me well, but... Yeah.
Well, let's not go there. Let's not go there today. Let's stay with the talk.
I've forgiven them. In fact, I've forgotten.
Okay. So we were having a conversation, I think, was that earlier today or some days, but I think maybe this week.
Recently.
Yeah, recently, about, you know, when ladies feel that, you know, guys are slow about things. Yeah.
Yeah, it was today, yeah.
Okay. So what was the...
Yeah, no, I was just saying that, you know, a lot of us ladies, we like, when we see things and we think, oh, this would be really good. Let's do this, babe, or let's do this. And then the man is, they're there with so much zeal and so much passion and so much energy to achieve whatever it is, and a project, whatever. And then the man, you share it with the man, and the man is like, okay, calm down, cool down. We'll think about it. We'll do. And it's like, it's just put like a total dampener on the whole thing, and like fire extinguisher. It just emptied the whole vibe. Right. Yeah. So how do you get a balance? Because as much as for the man, maybe a man that's planning and seeing things from a different perspective, that you can't just enter a project like this. We have to think of how sustainable is it? Are we able to meet all the demands that we have right now, as well as take on this project? You know, men plan more kind of thing, whereas a woman is like, oh, we need to do this now, no, 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 no. So how do you strike that balance so that the woman is not like, oh, this man is too slow in her mind and in her actions, and the man also is like, oh, this woman, she just thinks that, you know, we can do everything just now. She's not thinking about the bigger picture. So how do you actually strike that balance? Because I feel sometimes those kind of things, as even as the minorest of issues, it could actually bring challenges in a home.
Yeah, yeah.
Because let's say, for example, you want to buy a new fridge. The woman, you know, look, this fridge is not working. We need to buy a new fridge. Oh, and then they're on Currys or whatever website, Google search engine, searching all the different ones. Look, this one's on sale. Let's buy it. And then the man is like, no, we can't. Let's not buy it now. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. That's all you hear. Just wait. And then... And then they're waiting. And then some women are like, look, this deal is very good and it's going to expire in like 24 hours. I'm going to buy this fridge now with my money, the woman, and, you know, forget whatever happens, happens. He will see when the fridge comes. At least we need the fridge. He cannot say that we didn't need the fridge. So those things bring contention because from the man's point of view, it's like, well, why didn't you wait? We talked about this. Yeah. Why did you bring it to me to talk about? Only if you knew that you're going to go ahead and buy this fridge anyway. So, you know, that kind of, and the man will see it as, you know, you don't value my opinion and, you know, things of that nature. So how do you strike that balance?
Well, I think that generally, you know, we have to look at people's temperament differ and are different. There are people who, I think you were the one who did some teaching on temperaments. Yeah. Some people who are sanguine and others who are choleric and others who are melancholic and then phlegmatic. So I think people's temperament comes into play when it comes to things. Yeah. So you have that, first of all, to deal with. Then you then have the whole thing about women generally, as we know it, approach things first from an emotional angle before they look at the logical aspect of it. Yeah. Then you have a man who is wired to look at things from a logical point of view before the issue of emotions come in. So I have to admit that, you know, there are some men who are, they're just slow. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but for lack of word, they're just slow. Yeah. And when a woman is with a man who is just slow, married to a man who is just slow, or even, maybe not even married.
He's more cautious. Let's say he's more cautious. Is it a cautious thing?
Well, because to be cautious is not a bad thing. I think some people is beyond.
It's beyond cautious.
Yeah, it's just beyond cautious. It's just slow. And when a man is that slow, it can be frustrating for a woman. Yeah. You know, it can be frustrating for the woman because she's thinking, you know, first of all, he's not talking much. Yeah. Yeah. So you could say, let's wait. You know, let's not rush into this. Let's wait. But you talk about it so the lady can follow your process of reasoning. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you are processing it, but let her be part of that process journey. Yeah. Yeah? And not that, okay, she told you today, you say, no, let me think about it. You know, let's not do it now. And then 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, yeah?
All the food is getting spoiled.
You are not coming back to her. Yeah. Yeah. And then you only actually say something about it whenever she raises it. You say, she would say, you haven't given me a response about it. Say, don't worry, I'm still on it. Okay. Maybe you have actually been on it.
Processing it.
Yes, but you are not carrying her along, she's not a magician.
So the issue really is if he carried her along, even though he's the end game for him is we're waiting on this one. We're not going to do it now. But he hasn't revealed to her why. Or he hasn't now said, you know, look, I've thought about this thing, and in his own, you know, bringing it up himself, not when it was brought to him
not
again.
When she raises it, because then that would just be like...
He only talks about it when I talk about it.
When I talk about it, exactly.
So I carrying her along, bringing her along, and yeah,
that's very crucial, because if you don't have that, then it can be frustrating. You know, somebody is waiting, they put an idea, you have said, okay, no, we'll do it, but you know, no, let me think about it, you know, and you never
talk
about it again. You are going on, she's looking at you like you're going on like there's nothing to talk about. And she could wait 1 month, 2, 6 months, 1 year, and you never talk about it. I think that can be frustrating for a woman generally, because then, you know, she in herself, she's thinking, is this person serious? So I would say that the Bible says 2 are better than 1. And when 2 people look at a thing, you may be looking at it from this angle, somebody else is looking at it from the other angle. Because the woman is let's use the word now, she's the emotional eyesight of the thing.
So we need an emotion side, and we need a logical side.
And then the man is the logical side of the thing. The 2 of them have to communicate. Many times where you would have problem is when there's no communication. Because if they are both communicating, the man will be putting down reasons which the woman, she's not daft. She does not, I don't think there's any woman who wants to run her family down the drain. No. So she'll be able to at least follow the process of reasoning to understand. And maybe the man also should know that he doesn't, because but there's probably one thing or the other he's missing out in his process of thought, that if he was having conversations with the woman, even though she's all emotional and excited, oh, let's do this, we have to do this now, and all of that,
but what if
she will be able to point at some of those aspects in the logical thought
he missed out?
That he missed out.
But what if actually they should have actually done it at that time?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where the conversation comes in. The man says that, you know, I've heard you, let me think about it. It does not mean that it will not be done. It may be that in his heart, he feels that this should not be done now. But when conversations happen, when they begin to communicate, just as he's trying to put down reasons why it should not be done now, the woman may also be putting down reasons why it should be done. And the 2 of them, if they're actually approaching the discussion with an open heart and not a competitive, the problem is there are some husbands and wives that are competing with themselves, which I personally, I don't understand why the 2 of them are in the same team.
The 2 became 1. Meanwhile, they're fighting with themselves.
Yes. The 2 of them are not supposed to be competing with themselves or fighting themselves. And one is not supposed to lord it over the other. Because I'll tell you the way I look at it. The Bible says 2 are better than 1. It says 1 will chase 1,000, 2 will chase 10,000. So when we both come together, we will chase 10,000. If we are then married and I feel that I am the Lord of the home, only my opinion stands. Your duty, is just to follow everything that I say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, you want me to jump? I will jump. How high?
How high?
Okay, sir. Should I throw this?
Coming to America.
That's the thing. Okay, it's true.
How high? Bark like a dog. What is it? A higher dog. Jump.
Yeah. So if I feel that way, guess what? I actually feel I'm robbing myself, because what we're supposed to be doing with 2 brains, we'll be relying just on 1 brain. If you bring your out now as a woman, bring my brain out. It's the same shape of brain.
Yeah.
So God has brought the two together, but some people feel the woman should just follow. You know, if I say turn right, she turn right. Go left, she goes left. She has no opinion, no brain to say something. But this woman could be a chief executive in a company.
But is that like an African thing, or is that because that kind of mentality is not so much in the Western world?
Well, I will not class it as an African thing. The reason I say that is that there are, in my own journey as a minister and counseling people, there are Africans I have met, who don't run that route.
Yeah.
There are also people from the Western world I've met who do. Oh, so at the end of the day, I think it's down to individuals who want to be Lord of Lords, and they feel that they have the final say. But no, you have to use both brains. If the two brains are working and you allow room for the other brain to work, it will advance the family faster. So I think that sometimes that's where where there are usually challenges. So so I would say in your question, okay, how do you strike a balance with that kind of thing? I think that the husband and the wife, should start communicating more, an open communication, not a dictatorial communication.
Or argumentative.
Not argumentative. There should be and people should approach such communications and discussion with an open heart, not with a mindset of, I must get him to follow this, or I must get her to follow it. No, approach it with what is best for us as a family and as a couple.
There's nothing greater than this. Oh, I love you forevermore. Oh, quite low, isn't it? I want more of you, Jesus. Did she say so? Was that her? Huh? Slow locomotive.
Doesn't have all the answers, because it can be logical, but there's probably one thing or the other he's missing out in his process of thought. That if he was having conversations with the woman, even though she's all emotional and excited,